I just want to speak upon something real quick when it comes to, what, I just want to, because I've been hearing about these mass shootings and the thing that happened in Buffalo, right? And I want people to realize this, right? I tell people this all the time. I say the world is changing, right? And when you see these mass shootings, right, and you see these shootings that's going on, it's just not, it just happened because this can happen because when things like this is a spiritual thing. Because I tell people all the time, we in spiritual warfare. So if you got to look at it from a different perspective when you see these mass shootings, right? And when you see these mass shootings going on, like the one that just happened in Texas, right? You could tell that whoever done that, you could tell they don't have no soul. You could tell that the person that did that, he didn't have no inner being. He didn't have there was no remorse. There was no soul. There was soulless, you know? And you could tell that entity or a spiritual being is on this planet because this all happens, right? You can tell that something is here on the planet and it's very negative. It's very demonic, right? And it's making all these terrible things happen, right? And you can tell that it's more of these things are going to happen on a regular basis. More chaos and destruction is going to happen on this planet because the planet is changing, right? And I want people to understand this when it comes to these mass shootings and these terrible things, right? These things are going to happen on a lot. This is going to happen, right? And we got to understand that on the planet that we're on right now, a lot of negative things are happening because we have a lot of spirits, we have a lot of entities that's entering this planet. They're entering this planet, negative beings that's making all this stuff happen, right? Because right now, the cosmos, right now, the universe, the spirituality, these things are happening on that level. What happens on the spiritual realm happens on Earth, on this Earth. See what I'm saying? They all go hand in hand. They're like best friends. You see what I'm saying? And the reason I say that is because you could tell that there's more extra, like more. How can I say this? More alien, like more. How can I say this? There's more of that happen on a regular basis because whatever happens on this planet, it happens in the cosmos as well. You see what I'm saying? What you know? And we need to understand that when it comes to things. We need to understand that what happens on a physical realm happens in the spiritual realm as well. And you could tell that most of these things are happening is because right now in the cosmos they're having a war right now. You could tell a lot of things, a lot of entities is coming to Earth. You can tell that the shift is happening between people. When it comes to these, when you see these mass shootings, don't think about it as okay, somebody just shot or a kid gets shot. Think about it in the spiritual aspect. Think about it on a cosmic aspect. What's happening on the higher realms that's making this happen? Do you know what I'm saying? And we need to understand that. We need to understand that it's bigger forces that's putting in plan to make these things go on. You know, you can tell that it's an entity up here, or there's an entity on Earth right now that's making these plans acts go out. You know, and this is going to happen more. And I tell people all the time, do your meditation, protect your energy. You know, get some, get things to help you on the spiritual aspects. And I can't stress this out enough because the world that we're living in today is going to get worse and it's going to get more tragic. You see what I'm saying? And it's going to happen more and more and more because you can tell that an entity or some being up on planet Earth is causing these acts to go on. You can tell. You can see it. It's clear as day. If you have awareness and you're connected to the divine and you know what's really going on, you can tell. Because that's not normal just killing a child just out of nowhere. Just killing a just killing a child out of nowhere. That's not normal. That's not it's not how can I say this? Right. It's not really like it's not what how can I say this? You don't really see it, right? And you could tell that they're trying to make it the new norm that it's okay, right? And you could tell that because in a rule, right, we understand as human beings, right? We could tell as black people especially, we will never go after a child. We will never kill another child. We will never do anything disrespectful to a child when it comes to killing them. Because that's another type of wickedness. That's another type of evilness, right? And for you to do them acts, you could tell that another entity that's on this planet that's causing these acts. You could tell. Because who in their right mind will just go out and do that? That person that killed them child, somebody has to be controlling them, or they're under hypnosis. They're under a spell, right? Because there's no way that can just go out just like that. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell that's how the world is going. You could tell that a new energy has formed. You could tell that some being is here that have negative intentions, you know. And if you don't protect yourself, you might end up in the same category. You might end up in the same, you know, as you can end up in the same like loop. You know what I'm saying? And I want people to realize that when you're dealing with people, you know, you could tell that the world is coming to that standpoint. You could tell that it's coming to a place where it's not going to be good. And if you're not protected spiritually, physically, and emotionally, you know, and that's if you're not protected in them categories, you will be lost. You know, especially things like that. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to speak upon this because these things because it's happened twice. A shooting that happened in Buffalo. I think it was in Buffalo. Tell me if I'm wrong. And another shooting that happened in Texas, right? And you could tell that these shootings are happening more frequently now because it happened more frequently because the world that we're living in today is changing. It's changing, and you can see it every day, right? You could tell that an entity or some demonic entity or evil entity is carrying out them acts, or the person that's doing it, they're under control, you know, and you can see it clear as day, you know. And I just wanted to, speak upon this, man. I'm out.